to the Power Rangers Monthly Gaming News Recap, a series where I recap all the gaming news that happened for Power Rangers that month. Unfortunately, the only game that got news this month was Legacy Wars, but a lot happened for the game, so let's jump right into the recap. This month, the game received a lot of patches. The earliest one actually fixed the lighting that the Leo update broke. It turns out that the strange lighting was caused by the mesh being above the hub elements instead of behind them. Now the game looks like it always has, and our eyes are grateful. Next, nWay decided to release a mini balance update, only touching the latest two Red Rangers to come to the game, Casey and Leo. nWay figured that Leo was a little too good, so they decided to slightly nerf his super mode, which no longer grants invincibility. Now, activating red armor gives you super armor, which will tank half of the damage dealt by an attack. They also removed the fire damage over time that happened when you activated the 6 cost super, because it actually wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. Aside from that, they didn't do much of anything else to Leo. Now, Casey, on the other hand, received a buff, which no one really asked for or wanted at all. They fixed the bug where his assist resets his super meter if he is used with a character with a super, and gave Jungle Chuck's fire damage over time for some reason. I mean, it makes sense, as you're throwing fire with the move, but people already spammed the middle slot, and now they have even more incentive to do so. Let's just hope that they nerf his middle slot in the next official balance update, which should happen by November. A few days after this, players received a notification telling them that a free box was waiting for them, but they only had 24 hours to claim it. There was indeed a box in the inbox, and it was apparently a reward meant to thank the player for playing the game and being a part of the community. I, for one, was suspicious of this, not for any reason relating to hackers or such, but because mobile game companies either do this often or they don't do it at all unless they're ready to shut the game down. Once again concerned for the game's future, I contacted good old nWay support. The response I got was actually hopeful. The box was genuinely meant to thank us, and the game isn't going anywhere. The responder once again sparked talks of revitalization, like the one mentioned back in January, though they said that they can't give specifics yet. According to the responder, they're still cooking up some great stuff, and considering how innovative Warriors have been starting with Tanya, I have no doubt of that now. Just less than 2 weeks later, Mastodon Sentry finally arrived, completed the Battle for the Grid roster for Legacy Wars. He's probably one of the most unique warriors we've gotten in a while. He's the first warrior to be cell-shaded. He has a stack system that is a hybrid of Psycho Green, Mighty Morphin Orange, and Samurai Gold, amplifying his attacks with more hits the higher stack count you go to, with a maximum number of 10, still requiring an activation via the taunt/super button. He also has unique move variants depending on whether or not you've dashed just before activating said move, such as a strike, turning from a rifle swing into a shoulder bash instead. It's an understatement to say that Mastodon Sentry has a lot of potential. This does not mean that he's broken, and unfortunately, at launch, this did not mean that he was good at all. In fact, he was actually the bad kind of broken at launch, missing code in very vital places. For example, Mastodon Sentry could not perform the simple action of dodging through projectiles, making him the most vulnerable character in the game. His strike was also lacking a clash type, beating blocks but getting beat by breakers. However, the strike is so close range that this bug didn't make him a nuisance, but actually made him worse. Luckily, Mastodon Sentry received one of the fastest buffs in history, as he was fixed within a few hours. He can now dodge through projectiles, beat breakers, and get blocked. They also made his stack activation faster, and gave his leader a damage buff. His assist, believe it or not, wasn't touched, as it wasn't broken at all, though it is really good. Mastodon Sentry now stacks up against most of the roster, and is really fun to play. When Mastodon Sentry arrived, nWay also slightly changed the Casual Tuesday or Friday challenge. How, you may ask? nWay removed characters from the challenge. Apparently, nWay has determined that 5 characters are so good that they have ruined the casual challenges and needed to be removed. Here are the 5 warriors that are no longer available in Casual Tuesday or Friday. Most of these come as no surprise. Ninjetti Billy and Leo players are literally everywhere. Ninjetti Billy literally has a 41 hit combo. Rocky and Master Morpher Tommy are almost as annoying, but Turbo Tommy surprises me, personally. He's annoying, sure, but I didn't think he was that annoying or broken. I guess we know who to look for when the next balance update rolls around. Unfortunately for me, this complicated the Iron Man challenge that we were doing on live streams, where I have to win as every character, starting from the 2017 movie characters all the way through Hyperforce. Luckily, I got through 3 out of the 5 of the removed warriors before the challenge change happened, but I haven't gotten to Lost Galaxy or even Turbo yet, so I need to unlock Leo and upgrade him and Turbo Tommy to use him in PvP or other challenges before I can progress past Zeo in the challenge. That is, unless nWay nerfs them and re-adds them to the casual challenges. Speaking of stuff we've been doing on the channel, earlier this month, I started a brand new alliance and released a music video trailer the day the alliance went public. The alliance itself is now full, but the Discord server I created as a companion to the alliance is always ready to take another member. So if you're interested, I put the invite link in the description. Just abide by the rules specified in each of the channels of the server, and you'll be set. That's all for this month. If you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't, and tune in for the October edition of the Power Rangers Monthly Gaming News Recap. Until next time, this is Shard Collector, signing off.